Here's how you're going to add assignments once you have built out a course or assessment group. So you'll either click the Add Assignment button here or the same button up here on top. And for new assignments, you can title it whatever it might be. So reflection, narrative reflection, some items are already pre-populated. And then just click Save. You can add a description if you need to. They're not always necessary, but more for guidance for the students. And then once you have done that, you'll come to add steps. And this is where you have to add an evidence step. Every assignment requires one. This is just so students have something to turn in. It just gives them a placeholder. You can set any of the timelines for when this would be available to them, when it closes to them. If there's no deadline, you can just leave it. And then you can also see this last section that says after this step is complete, should changes be allowed? I generally always click yes in case a student accidentally submits without having the proper assignment or the correct ePortfolio link. This way, it just allows students to be able to resubmit their work should any of that occur. So you don't have to go in and unlock it manually every time. Once you're ready, just click Save. And then once you're ready for additional steps, you can click Add Step again. And there are teacher rubrics, student self-reporting rubrics, teacher reflection, self-reflections, and then standards. The two most common that we'll be using or that are most often used are the teacher rubric and standards. So for teacher rubrics, you just select that option, click Add this step. Here, I generally name this a step like faculty evaluation or whatever you would be using it for. And you can set up multiple steps for evaluations within an assignment. So again, similar steps of when it unlocks, if there's a deadline or not. If you want it just to be visible to the students that are being assessed and the faculty, you can click that first one. Or if you just want the faculty to see it, click that second option that says just faculty. And then again, after the step is completed, should changes be allowed? That's additionally once you've evaluated a student, if you want them to be able to resubmit any of their work. And then under this section that says this step assesses, you want to make sure you click the evidence step above because that's the assignment that you're going to be evaluating. And then under the rubric section, you click change. Here, you can either pull a rubric from a course that's already been created and used, or you can create a new rubric. So in order to pull a new rubric or one that you already have from a course, you just click this down arrow. You go to the course, for example, the dance capstone, click go, and any previous rubrics you created will be available to you, and you can click select. It'll ask you if any assessments have existed with this rubric. For this particular assessment group, there aren't any, so you can click OK, and then you have a rubric in place. Otherwise, you can click change, and then you can see the available rubric once you've placed it, or you can choose a new rubric and come and edit this one in particular. For additional steps on how to create rubrics within the system, there is an additional video at the Learning Portfolio Program site under Digication tutorials. So feel free to go and check that out. Otherwise, for this step, you just click Save, and your faculty evaluation is ready with the attached rubric. You can come in and add multiple evaluations for faculty. So generally, for example, the dance capstone has 3. You can come back in, add the step, add the teacher rubric, type in faculty evaluation number 2, or however you want to structure them, and build out as many as you need for the corresponding assessments.